This model of a Mercedes-Benz 3-axle tipper is in the colours of Schüßler, a small German company. It comes in the typical NZG branded box for this type of model, and when you pull out the insides, the clear plastic cover is factory sealed. A slice with a knife deals with that, and then you can lift the lid and get the model out of the box. There's no information supplied about either the real truck or the model, and there's no assembly to do because it's complete out of the box. There's only one more piece of packaging to remove from under the tipper body, and that was there to protect the paintwork. The Actros chassis is typical NZG because it's pretty much all in metal, with the steering modelled for functionality rather than detail. The tyre design is the same on all wheels, but the wheels themselves are quite detailed. On the roof of the cab there are aerials which are quite literally sharp, and the clear roof light lets you see into the cab. At the front the lights are very good and there's a realistic number plate. The colour-coded door mirrors are nice, but it misses out on the beacon lights of the real truck. On the cab doors there are some very small but perfectly reproduced graphics. In this timeout we'll take a look at NZG's model numbering system. New models are numbered sequentially, and the first version, such as this leap-hair crane, just has the number 728. However, later editions in special colours, such as this ballast Nedum version, have the same number but with an additional 2-digit code for the version. And that's a system that applies across the NZG range for special colour versions. Detailing behind the cab is made up of various plastic parts, and that includes the exhaust system. The chassis structure is fine, and the metal wheel arches have orange paint to indicate reflectors. At the rear there's a towing hitch, and the lights look particularly good because of their plastic lenses. The body is a Meiller three-way tipper, but only rear end tipping is implemented on the model. But the structure and graphics is good, and various elements of the three-way tipping mechanism are modelled in the casting. One difference on this version of the Meiller tipper is the access steps and handrail at the front. At the rear the tailgate looks fine, and there are some nice small Meiller graphics. Moving out onto the test track, and the tipper performs well in a straight line. The wheels all roll fine, and as usual there's no suspension on a model like this. But at the front it does have working steering, and as usual for an NZG model you can get a very good range of steering movement, so you can pose the model in interesting ways. The tipper mechanism is controlled by a stiff cylinder so it won't droop down, and it also achieves a good angle, which is around 50 degrees. At the back the tailgate has a slight clip to it, but once it's opened it's not free swinging, so it won't always hang vertically. So now let's give the model a real life tipping test. Here the tip has been carefully hand loaded with individually selected pieces of sand and gravel, and you can imagine how many hours were spent doing that. Anyway, once the tipper's up steep enough we can undo the tailgate and out comes the load. This is not the normal kind of thing you can see in a video, and you can understand why not. Overall, this is another very good quality tipper model from NZG. It's well made with a good level of detailing, and it looks fine in the colours of Schüßler. The features list is small, but they work well, so if you're looking for some good trucking haulage, this one's recommended.